Hey there, it's Joe Skelly, Pro Rodeo MC. We're just moments from taking flight here tonight, make our way down to the 12th annual Parlour Rodeo in Leamington, Ontario, as we set to put on some more international pro rodeo with Rawhide Rodeo Company. It's a great event. It's run by a family, and it's all for the local community. The Paveo family host it, John and Rena, their daughters Vanessa, Stephanie, and Jennifer, their boyfriends, husbands, an entire extended family get behind this great charitable rodeo. And in the last couple of years, I've been working with the We Care for Kids Foundation, which works with all the local hospitals in Windsor and Essex with their pediatric wings, and they've raised over $78,000 for that charity alone. And as we go into our 12th year, the number is already surpassing $178,500 that this rodeo and this family, their work and their community, and of course their family have put into this rodeo and raising for their local community almost $200,000. And this year it's going to be, I think, a banner year. The weather's going to be great, and we may hit the $200,000 mark here in 2013. It's a big international professional rodeo association rodeo, also co-sanctioned with the Ontario Rodeo Association, so there's some local flavor there as well. The marquee event, or the new addition here in 2013, is bull poker. Very rare that you would see that at one of the events that we're involved in, but that's what John Paveo wanted. He wanted something crazy, and a little bit of a homage to the Portuguese fighting bulls and the furtadas and so forth. So yeah, we're having bull poker this weekend. It's the Parlour Rodeo. It's this Saturday, Sunday, August 3rd and August 4th. 6 o'clock shows each night, which is perfect. It is hot down in the Parlour. It's in tomato growing country because it's so hot, sunny all the time. And well, we have night shows, and as that sun starts to set, the bulls buck, the broncs go crazy, and it's great rodeo. And this year, we have a jam-packed roster of cowboys and cowgirls getting set to compete, as we do normally. It's 1,000 added. It's, the beginning of August. A lot of cowboys and cowgirls going for that run for the International Finals Rodeo. And we see, a lot of the big guns, and that follows suit here in 2013. Now, in the bareback bronc riding, we got 3 of the top 5 guys in the world competing at the Parlour Rodeo here in 2013. We have the 18-time world champion, Sean Miner, of course. He's back. He's won the event numerous times over its 12-year running now. We also have Josh Michael Krager, who's been a 3-time world champion, 5-time international finals rodeo champion. He's competing. And we also have Joe Corville, who right now is seated in the number 5 spot in the world standings, number 3 spot in the country of Canada in the Canadian series, and he's done well there, and this could be his year to win. Bareback bronc riding is going to be huge at the Parlour Rodeo this year. In the steer wrestling, we have 4 of the top 6 in the world standings of International Pro Rodeo, including Cody Musso, who's an Ontario cowboy from Aylmer, Ontario, who sits in the number 1 spot in the world standings. He's also seated in the number 2 spot in the all-around race in International Pro Rodeo. Now, his cousin, who's Matt Musso, is a 2-time world champion, the first guy to win a world title from the country of Canada, International Pro Rodeo. His younger cousin, following his footsteps, is in the driver's seat for that world title in steer wrestling, but he's definitely in the running for that all-around race, which would be the first all-around championship for the country of Canada. And, we're rooting for the guy, too. You look at Sean Miner, he's won it 8 consecutive times now, that all-around title in the bareback and the saddle bronc riding. Now we have a timey giving him a heck of a run, and, we're rooting him on as well. Could be the first all-around title for the country of Canada, and Cody Musso competing at the Parlour Rodeo. In the junior bull riding, we got 2 of the top 3 in the province of Ontario. We got Bryce Shaw from Maxville, Ontario. He's sitting number 2 in the number 2 spot in the Ontario Rodeo Association standings. We also have Jack Miller. He's first year in competition. He's making rides. He's going to be competing. We also got a girl all the way from Saskatchewan who's pretty much flying in for the Parlour Rodeo. That'll be something to watch. Dana Blasky in the junior bull riding. In the team roping, we got the top 3 teams in International Pro Rodeo competition, except they're all going to be at Slack 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. So, it'll be a smoke show. They're definitely going to set the bar as we'll roll into our Sunday night performance. But we also have the top guys in Ontario right now. We have Tim Wetlaufer, who's all-around champion twice now in the high school association here. Brad Heffernan, who's been a champion healer, who's right now in the driver's seat in the heading side of things in the province of Ontario. So we got some big world champions. We got some guys running hard in the world standings right now of International Pro Rodeo, and we'll match them up against some hometown local flair as well. Breakaway roping, we have 9 of the top 15 of the Canadian standings getting set to compete, including Lacey Scully, who's the first ever International Finals Rodeo breakaway roping champion. She'll be up this weekend at the Sun Parlour Rodeo. Saddle bronc riding, 5 of the top 15 in the world standings. Of course, that includes Sean Miner. It also includes Eddie Parlour, a former world champ, I think 2 seasons ago. They're right in the top 5. And we also have a guy, Trace Houston, who we don't see very much at International Pro Rodeo in Canada. I think one of the last times we saw him was in Holstein Rodeo, not this season, the season before, which he won. And, he was out at Sun Parlour Rodeo last year, did not have his trip, but he is back riding for redemption and could be qualifying for his first International Finals Rodeo, 10th in the world, and he'll be competing as well versus these other guys at the top of the leaderboard, Miner, Parlier, and many more. Great bronco bus and saddle bronc riding of the Sun Parlour Rodeo. Barrel racing, we have 4 of the top 10 in the world standings getting set to compete, including a cowgirl who spends a lot of time competing in Canada, and that's Megan Yurko, Wheeling, West Virginia. I think she's only like 17 years of age. We met her a couple seasons ago. She came up here. Obviously, her whole family came up, and she definitely has a great horse. She knows how to run a course, and I think this will be her first time running at the Sun Parlour Rodeo. She'll be one to watch. We also have hometown flavor, Mandy Peedle. She's from Aylmer, Ontario originally. She's also going to be up this weekend. She's our reigning Rookie of the Year in the Ontario Rodeo Association, and this year sits in the #1 spot in the provincial standings. Junior barrel racing, 3 of the top 4 in the province of Ontario competing, including Lizzie Ahern, who should be up Saturday night. Now, I was on Facebook earlier. I'm always on Facebook, but I was on Facebook earlier. She has a broken wrist and was going for surgery and for a cast as well. So we're not sure if she's going to be competing, but we hope she is. #1 spot. She has a chance to win a provincial championship, especially if she wins the Sun Parlour Rodeo. Tie-down roping, top 3 guys in the world standings will be competing over the weekend. 3rd place, we have Jared Nurin, St. Thomas, Ontario. 2nd place, Cody Musso in the #2 spot in the world standings in tie-down roping. And the #1 man in the game, Justin Thigpen, he already has the arena record at the Sun Parlour Rodeo from 2 years ago, 2011. He was 7.1 seconds. He's a 4-time tie-down roping world champion of International Pro Rodeo. Twice he's won the International Finals Rodeo. And that's on top all the other stuff he does. He's like an all-around circuit champ down in the Southeast Circuit as well. Huge hand, top 3 tie-down ropers in the game. Another huge tie-down rope and smoke show at the Sun Parlour Rodeo. Bull riding, of course, James Sullivan will be our feature guy here once again. We've been talking about this guy all season long. He was a former Rookie of the Year in the province of Ontario. He won the year-end title and the finals in the province of Ontario for the 2012 season. And right now he is seated in the #10 spot in the world standings of International Pro Rodeo. He's from Grimsby, Ontario, and he's going to be your top-seeded bull rider to compete at the Sun Parlour Rodeo. A bunch of other guys in there, including our committee guy from Kapuskasing, Andy Dennison. You'll see him in the bareback bronc riding and the bull riding. It'll be something to watch for sure. We also have Tyson Kimmett competing in his 2nd year of bull riding, and right now he's seated in the #15 spot in Canada, and kind of his breakout year, and a win at the Sun Parlour Rodeo could definitely help him springboard a little closer to some of those gold buckled dreams that he's had for a long time. It's the Sun Parlour Rodeo. It's this Saturday and Sunday, August 3rd, August 4th, Sun Parlour Rodeo Arena, Leamington, Ontario. You can find out more information, sunparlourrodeo.com, and we'll be doing updates throughout the weekend. You can follow me on Twitter at Rodeo Announcer. I'll also be posting to my fan page, which is facebook.com/theeventhost, or look for Joe Scully Pro Rodeo MC on your Facebook. However you connect on social media, follow the story. It's going to be a big one. The 12th Sun Parlour Rodeo in Leamington. We'll see you hopefully this weekend. Scully out.
Are you ready?